Hi, Michael from Machination Studio here with a new update. They're coming thick and fast. First things first, I've set up a company. Machination Studio is now Machination Studio Private Limited. I've yet to appoint the company secretary or get the accounting sorted to prepare for the next phase of the project. I was in Shenzhen for 3 days, on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and main reason was to check my first resin cast. So the guys at the factory has been working at cleaning up the parts for the last whole month, pretty much. The 3D printed parts are still not perfectly smooth, so the guys have to spend a lot of time smoothing them up, filling them, working on the details and stuff like that, and casting duplicates of the parts that have duplicates. And so they have them ready for me to check out. I want to have a last check before I get them started on getting ready for making the molds. A few things needed tweaks, but they've been communicated. This is, if you see the video, this right now going through every single part and every single fitting to discuss and see what changes need to be done. Another bit of news is on the 5th of September, I'll be getting 3 production sets. I got them to start making 3 sets for me so I can start painting them up, so I can get photography done, so I can get some marketing done, bring them over to some bloggers so they can start checking them out. The next thing is color samples. I'll be using them as color samples to bring them back to the factory to get them painted. The 5th of September pretty much leaves me with 3 weeks before New York Comic Con, or before I have to leave for New York Comic Con anyway. Initially, I was thinking I'll start my crowdfunding campaign before the New York Comic Con, but looking at it now, I don't think I'll be able to. So the earliest time I could probably start my crowdfunding campaign would probably be mid-October when I come back from New York Comic Con. So that is kind of what I'm aiming for right now. Speaking of crowdfunding campaign, the Singapore and Hong Kong Kickstarter sent me a Facebook invite. I went over to check them out. They had a Q&A on the 25th, but I was in China at the time. So yeah, I've got quite a few things to read through, the Q&A, FAQs and stuff like that. One thing that popped out was that the transaction fee would be 4%. It's 1% more than what projects in the US and UK and other places are paying for Kickstarter. So I still have to think about this one. I still have to compare it to what I'm going to have to pay if I go the Indiegogo route. And another part of why I was in Shenzhen was buying more electronic parts, really. You can see a whole bunch of parts that I've got here. I've got pretty much a whole box of stuff that I brought back. They're enough to maybe produce the first 30 pieces or 100 pieces or something. I'm very, very excited to get to this phase of the project. So the next update will probably be shortly after the 5th or maybe a week after that. I think I'll be so busy in the entire month of September. It's pretty scary. I can't think of anything else to add at this stage, so I'll get back to working on my project. Take care.